My name is Trent Ty. I run a blacksmith shop in South Georgia that's known as Purgatory Iron Works. This all started when I was 7 and I saw an old man by the name of J. Pettimore Reeker do a demonstration in Andersonville, Georgia. This little crotchety guy came out in a conductor's cap, took a glowing white spark-spitting piece of steel, turned around at us, and as he bent this thing in half, said, "Superman, eat your heart out." That was the start of my blacksmithing career. Many years later in college, I would find him again, and I spent a lot of happy years with Jay until he passed away very suddenly in 2003. When Jay passed away, I don't mind telling you, it wrecked me. It absolutely floored me. I was worthless, and after about a year of wandering around, I came back home here to Morgan and had no money, no job, but I had a few tools, and I started blacksmithing. A friend kind of took pity on me. He said, "Hey, why don't you film this stuff?" And he handed me a camera that was not much better than a potato. And with that, I filmed my first YouTube video. Little did I know how much that would affect how this shop and how my career would go over the next 10 years. The past 3 years have been the best of my life. I got flown out to Los Angeles to the LA County Fair as a professional demonstrator, and then I got picked to go to Forged in Fire for their first season. I got flown up to New York only to be beaten by a dirty hippie from Texas. After I came home, I figured, well, there's my 15 minutes of fame, but then something else happened. In December, I made a video about 9/11 that went viral, and suddenly 7.5 million people knew who I was, or at least were looking at me. Since that time, several production companies have approached me wanting to do a show, but and as flattering as that is, guys, none of them really told the story that I wanted to tell, the thing that I've been trying to put together for over 10 years. Well, after hearing all what they had to say, I want to do my own show, and I've got 25,000 subscribers that may think that I know what I'm doing. And that's where you guys come in. Now, first up front, I want you to know that no matter if we reach our Kickstarter goal or not, this is happening because I have got some awesome people that work with me. The two guys that work with me are literally putting their paycheck up for risk to make sure that this happens, meaning that we're taking money out of their shop, which is money that's set aside for them to pay them to make sure this occurs. So whether we reach that goal or not, this is happening. What's happening, you ask? Glad you asked. The show is based around a pretty simple format, but it's kind of awesome. We're going to find a historical site. At that site, hopefully there's a museum or an archaeologist. We're going to look for one artifact, one handmade wrought iron artifact. We're going to take that artifact, we're going to remake it in the shop, and then we're going to have somebody put that artifact the way it was used. The first episode that we're going to do is going to be at the Civil War Maritime Museum, where they literally have an ironclad that they dug out of the Chattahoochee River, and we're going to make a piece of that history come to life again. That's what this Kickstarter campaign is about. Guys, this is something that I have been after for 10 years, and not only have I been after it, those of you that watch the videos know that these girls have been after it too. This is something I've wanted to do for a long time. I've never had the money, never had the backing, never had the time. And now, with the shop doing as well as it is, after all these years, I've got the opportunity to put together the show that I've always wanted to do. Now, the production companies have told me that they don't particularly like it, but I've got 25,000 subscribers that like what I do. So I'm going to be arrogant enough to say, I think if I put this together, you're going to like it too. Guys, over the past years, and girls, over the past years, all of you have supported me so much. From the early days of the website to the forums, you guys have been there for me. And I am just absolutely mind-numbingly excited that now we can actually do the real stuff. So guys, help me out on this thing. Check out the Kickstarter page. If you can help, great. If not, give us a little bit of time. We're going to have you a television show. See you shortly.